Georgie has an Oscar, an Emmy. The kid who never finished college because he spent so much time on the radio. He and a bunch of friends, they never finished college. They were on the radio at Hofstra University. I made the mistake, I have to start that, I made the mistake of saying, gee, Georgie would do well in the dorm away from his mama. Georgie took full advantage of it. Never went to school, never went to class. I found out about it when the dean sent me a note that he was out. That's when I found out. He got a job with ABC Radio when he was 19 years old as a summer temp. And they never let him go. Every time he said he was going to go, they gave him a raise or upgraded him, promoted him. He became the engineer for disc jockeys, for, what was his
Cousin
name?
Brucey.
Huh?
Cousin Brucey and
Cousin
Dan Ingram.
Brucey, and
Not Dan Ingram, I think it was.
and there was another
Dan
one.
Ingram. Right?
Dan Ingram became their disc jockey, and that's who they asked for. Eventually, when Georgie got into TV, Peter Jennings on a shoot, he'd ask for George because he was good. The kid, he was a natural, you know. He was a natural in many ways, my son. This time they were doing a program, Capital to Capital, which meant that Peter Jennings would be in Washington, and somebody else, I can't do that. I was thinking of the guy who was in Moscow. He was a Russian, but he came to the United States when he was a very young man, and he was a journalist. He spoke English impeccably, and I would never have known that he was foreign born, except that I knew, you know. But anyway, he came, and he was the one that represented Russia in Moscow on this capital to capital thing. Then the producer was having a lot of trouble setting this program up because he had trouble with the voices. He was getting a feedback, he was getting an echo, and he didn't want that. So George was standing there, he and his friend Jimmy Jackson had brought some equipment over to the studio, and Georgie was standing there listening and watching, and Georgie and you would know this, he goes like this, right? Georgie would cross his arms, and he'd get a smirk on his face, he called it a smile, you know, kind of thing, and the producer looked at him, and he's, you know, like, what are you doing, Berger? You're smiling, you're smirking? George said, I can fix that. The producer said, no, we've been trying. We've had big guys trying, and they couldn't fix it. George said, I can fix it in 2 weeks. So the producer said, you could do it in 2 weeks? You got it. He said, you can't do it in 2 weeks? You're out of a job. George said, I can't do it in 2 weeks? I'm out of a job. I do it in 2 weeks, I've got your time. So that was the agreement. Except that Georgie also said, all the money I need, all the crew I need, all the equipment I need. And that was agreed to. And George got it. And 2 weeks later, he presented the producer with the finished product. And he kept the job. And he got his Emmy on that.